Good morning, Hit Nation. Folks, folks, and everything between and beyond. My name is Roy, the host of My Happenings, the only host in the history of the internet who fully and wholeheartedly admits that he has no idea what he's talking about. And then the question begets the question, why does he do a podcast? Well, because I like it and because I love watching this team play and because we're winning. So it's more of a pleasure than when we're losing. Now, the truth is this. Before the season started, you can see my videos in the preseason. I was very excited to seeing the young guys play. I was more excited seeing the young guys play and concerned about the lack of minutes and playability for them. Not getting enough reps as Poe normally does to a lot of his first rounders, especially second rounders. But there are exceptions, and I think that in this case, Herro Jovic didn't get the same exposure that Weir is getting. But the circumstances were different, right? We truly don't have a viable backup center, I think, for Bam Adebayo other than Weir at the moment. And therefore, their combination might not be something that's even planned for a future. I don't know what's going to happen because we don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler. So there are players that we're going to get back. Is this going to be a wait and just let him walk out kind of situation? Are we making the playoffs and getting our first round? Are we not making the playoffs and losing that first round or trading so that we could keep it? There are so many things that we still don't know, just as much as we don't know about Jimmy, right? It's not just Jimmy's antics, but also what Hardaway said. I didn't comment on that yesterday. I watched the entire episode from 5 Reasons Sports commenting on it. That's it. It's enough. There's nothing else that I can add to it other than, like I said, and also interesting that they mentioned, I think it was Carmelo that said that. But the truth is that I said it from the beginning. This is mental health issues. There are mental health issues involved in it because this is clear self-sabotage. And whether this is a complex of grandeur, or whether this is a person that is depressed and going through something, it's completely irrelevant at this point. It's mental health, and it's an issue, and it created drama, and the drama got to him. And now, Tim Hardaway says he's not sinking the ship, and apparently he's not, because what I said before the season, that I wanted to see the young players play, I didn't know that they were going to have so many opportunities. And the opportunities arose, and here they are. And then we have a game in which, first of all, Herro, right, a first rounder, Jovic, a first rounder, they got 53 points combined. Our first round picks combined for 91 points in our win yesterday against the Trail Blazers. For the past 3 games, and even in the loss, this was the identity. I just think that we went through 2 horrendous losses when Butler wasn't here. And then we went through that overtime that was very challenging because of the fact that a lot of players were kind of overexerting themselves because of the amount of minutes that they were getting. So that was kind of a weird situation, but we still saw that cohesion there, just not as well as we've seen in the last 3 games. And not all of the last 3 games were easy games, right? Some of those games were games that we could have easily lost. Like I said, a bipolar team like the Miami Heat can lose to any team and could definitely have lost yesterday against the Trail Blazers. By the way, we are 6 wins out of our last 7 outings. So there's just nothing that I can say that is negative about this team right now, other than psychologically structured. The road trip came on in good time because there's obviously a lot of noise surrounding Butler because of Butler. There's a lot of and there's some noise that he causes throughout, like the video with the barista. That he causes the things to go rippling, through the Miami Heat core. And yet, our young people are taking care of business. Can they continue taking care of business? That's going to be the question for the game tomorrow. We have 2 very difficult outings. One tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. against the Clippers, and I think the last game at 10 p.m. against the Lakers on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. And then we play the Nuggets, right, on Friday, so at home. So, and the Nuggets is a scheduled loss, right? The only thing they're going to say in the pregame against the Nuggets is a scheduled loss. I don't care who's playing, it's a scheduled loss. But we can win against the Clippers. We can certainly win against Lakers. Question is, will we? What kind of team is going to show up? And again, Bam Adebayo not quite there where I think his ceiling is and where he showed where his ceiling could be. but contributing in a high level. Tyler Herro in an all-star season. Vote, guys. If you're not voting for all-star, vote, because you should. And that's pretty much it. Lovely game yesterday. We shot the ball well. We got not just it wasn't like the game against the Jazz where we had good looks and couldn't convert them, and that's why we went through such a low scorage at the end of the game. It was a little bit less than that, but at the same time, it was something that it was a lot more than that. I mean, sorry, not a little less. It was a lot more than that. We shot the ball well. We had great reads from Bam. Great reads from Butler, great reads from Highsmith, great reads from Burks, great reads from Ware in terms of where to find certain players, where to get them, how to do what they did. I feel like the Trailblazers, again, were never a threat, but they did get, we had a great lead, and then the lead vanished to 5 points, 3 points at a certain time, at a certain point in the game. But they never got quite close enough, right? Then 3, then 6, then 8, then 5, then 8. So that's basically the way that we dealt against the Blazers, which is the way I think that a team like the Thunder and the Nuggets deals with us. When they're up, we can get close. They can allow themselves to get close, but just not really do it. But that's a team with that the only teams that can do this kind of stuff are teams that have and rely on camaraderie, chemistry, and stardom from at least a couple of their players, and that's what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, Jovic stepped up big, but he wasn't the only one. Haka stepped up big in the second half, even though he only had 2 points in the first one. So again, great game for the young ones, again, for the third consecutive time. There seems to be, the last time that I said that, we went on a slump. I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but there seems to be chemistry finally going on for the Miami Heat, and congrats for being solid, for having for coming through, for having a road trip that's going to be really, really tough, and coming away with the fact that okay, we are winning, and we won 3 out of 4 road games that we had. We still have 2 to go. The worst that can happen is finishing this very difficult road trip, happening amidst a storm with inarguably the best player that we have, and one of the best players in the NBA when it comes to playoff time, Jimmy Butler, the Jimmy Butler drama and all that, and we're still 3 above 500. We're out of the play-in, even though we are 1 game away of I think 10th or 7th or 9th. We're a couple games away from them. We're also a couple games away from the 4th seed, and I don't think that matters. What matters is just getting out of the play-ins. It could very well end with us playing against the Celtics in the first round again, and getting that first round exit, but still getting the pick to keep the pick. If that's still the case, we don't know what's going to happen in terms of trades. We don't know what's going to happen with Butler. That's still in suspense, but congratulations again. This definitely gives me hope. Looking at the young core right now definitely gives me hope. Stay safe, stay dry, stay as happy as possible in this very complicated world of ours. There's going to be more tomorrow, hopefully. Just need to get some sleep. Let's go Heat.